Hey, awesome spirits, and welcome to another weekly reading by me, Amanda, here at Indigo Spirit. You can obviously see the background is a little bit different. I'm in a little bit of a different location in the house right now because the heat is intense in LA right now, and this is the coolest room in the home. I can't possibly do it where I usually do it because it is so hot. I don't know what to do. So I got some fans going and it's very cool in this room. So this is where I'm going to be doing it from this week. So I apologize for the weird background. But anyway, then now to our weekly reading. This last week's been mostly about just like letting go of a lot of energy, really buttoning down what you kind of want to do with yourself in terms of your goals, in terms of yourself, in terms of just, your little universes around you, your work universe, your home universe. Just really working on letting go of the negativity and really focusing on what do I want? Like, what do I want from those things? What is my ultimate goal here? So this week, there's no more Mercury retrograde, thank goodness, because I know that has definitely been bothersome. We're definitely good on the eclipses and full moons for a little while, so we should be pretty good here for the next couple weeks to make any decisions we need to make to do what we need to do for ourselves. So I'm going to do the weekly reading with the Archangel Power Tarot deck because I feel like that's really what's been calling to me lately. I feel like it's really powerful and it kind of helps us stand in our power when it comes to dealing with these negative outside sources, these negative things that happen to us from time to time. So the Power Tarot deck really helps us stand in our own power and kind of keeps us a little safer than usual. So that's why I've been using it so much. I know I have a bunch of other decks, but this is really the one that's been calling to me lately, just for everybody and for myself even. So, yeah, it's just something I feel like is what's good. So, without further ado, what do we need to know for this top card? Wow, I just got like a zinger from that top card. So that one's got to come out for the first of the week. This one wants to come out for the middle of the week. And what am I getting on the last? Come on, what's our weekend feeling like? This one on the bottom is kind of feeling it. So I'm going to pull this one on the bottom because it feels correct. And let's see what we got going on. So the beginning of this week, we need to be... this is wonderful. The Five of Ariel. The Five of Ariel is basically like, you don't have to do anything alone. Make sure that you look at the people around you and look at who is really helpful, who's helping you, who's there, who can do things for you. Not for you, but you know what I mean. Who's helpful to you. You might want to keep an eye on those people and maybe keep them close to you because you don't have to go through any challenges that you face in any capacity alone ever. You never have to go through it alone. Even when you feel like you do, you don't have to. Just know that the option is there to ask for help for the right people and they'll come to you, So really be focusing on like what you want to be doing with your goals, but know that there's always people that can help you. There's someone there. It's always someone. Whenever you think there's no one, there is always someone. And I want everyone here to know that in Indigo Spirit, anyone can hit me up at any time if you need anything. I can always do quick card draws. I can always do things. I'm here to help as well. So if you feel like there's no one here to help, I am. Hit me up anytime. I will always pull a card. I will always try to help. But if you need help, look around for the helpful people in your life. And you don't have to go through what you're going through alone. If you're unsure of your goal, if you're unsure of kind of like what you're doing, maybe hit somebody up. Maybe they can kind of go back and forth with you and maybe help you figure it out. You'd be surprised. There's always helpful people. The Five of Ariel, Ariel wants you to know that. That's an archangel. And she definitely is like, you don't have to do this alone. This is not by yourself, You're never by yourself. And when you think you are, you're not. Again, I'm here too. Middle of the week, though. This is wonderful. For Raphael. Raphael is a really big healing angel. So, while looking for helpful people, just check yourself, you know? Use what they're saying. Don't be offended by what they're saying, but use what the helpful people are saying and maybe what other people around you are saying to kind of be aware of what you're doing yourself. Be aware of your own emotions and being aware of just what you're doing and saying, your own positive energy, really sitting in your own positive energy and really healing yourself from the negative energy. We don't have to sit in negative energy. So just really being aware this week of your energy and what you're putting out. I know that I probably need to check myself. I've been a little testy lately with the heat. The heat has really been bothering me, and I really need to stop and take a couple deep breaths. And, we all have something that's bugging us lately. Well, we need to be wary of that this week. We need to be aware of our emotions, what we're putting out. So really sit in positivity, really try to let go of the negativity. And Raphael's a healing angel, so he's someone that can help you with that. If you're like, if you've been talking to the universe or if you've been talking to your guides or whatever, worst case scenario, hey, Raphael, kick me back some healing. I need some help. He will. And it can be as simple as saying that and just taking a breath and letting it go and letting the help come to you. But really just watching your negativity this week, watching how you react. And I know I need to do the same this weekend. I feel like I've been a little testy because it's been very hot. So I know that I need to check myself, which everyone needs to check themselves. It's all about what we're putting out. And it's really important that we put out as much positivity as possible, because if we give negativity, that's what we're going to get back. It's a give and take. And if people are giving you a lot of negativity, stop and just return it with positivity, because you'd be surprised how quickly other people's negativities can turn around just based off of you giving back a positive energy and a positive flow and just maybe even a reassurance of, hey, it's cool, it's okay, things are good. You'd be surprised how your universes will change as you kind of help it change. It's strange how it works, but littlest things like, just how you react to someone else can change your whole universe, and it's amazing. And that's definitely part of the Four of Raphael. Watch yourself, because how you react is how it's going to affect your world, is essentially what that one means. So just doing that this week. And our lovely weekend, hopefully. Oh, wow. This is a really powerful card. We've got the Chariot. This is a really interesting card, because as you can see here, you can see that he's on the chariot. He's got, his steeds, his freaking unicorns just rolling, man. This is such, and he has to control that. You know what I mean? So the chariot is like control in yourself, control in how you react. It really goes along with the Four of Raphael card incredibly. Determination, self-control, career advancement, acknowledge of success by others. So this is a really good one, because it's kind of like you've been sitting in your self-control all week. Use the control that you have for your own emotions, which is really the only control we have is over ourselves. We really can't control anyone else or situations around us. We can only do what we can and hope that it turns out the way we want them to turn out. But what you can control is you. And so this is just really telling you that, like, you can just let go. This really sits with this week really well. Letting go, knowing that you don't have to go through this alone. Sitting in your positivity and letting go of negativity to help change your world. And then your self-control. This is just, it's kind of like a yay. You've kind of been changing your world around you. You've had some great self-control. I feel like this is a good card. Like, we're going to have a lot of good... This is going to be a good week for everybody, because we're all going to really be checking ourselves before we wreck ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And this is just kind of like, hey, this weekend, relax. Like, it's cool. You've been having considerable self-control. Celebrate. And that can be sitting down and meditating. That can be doing something fun for yourself, or It can even be thinking about things that have been bothering you and solving them. This weekend is about you. This is what this is. This is about you. It's not about anybody else. You can make it about somebody else because that's part of you, of course, but this weekend's about you, and it's really about sitting in yourself and your positivity. This really just basically is reiterating both of the cards that I pulled for this week in one, basically. Having self-control, knowing that you're not alone. The chariot rider's not alone. Metatron's not alone. That's who's on the card, is Archangel Metatron. He's not alone. He's got his steeds, man. They're kicking ass with him. So when it comes down to it, this card basically encompasses the other two cards. Really knowing that there's other people, there's helpful people, and you're not alone. Really knowing that using your self-control will bring you the power that you need to get your things done, is essentially what this means. Sitting in your power, controlling yourself to sit in the most power that you can get and the most success with yourself. You'd be surprised. This week is really powerful, and it's really about checking ourselves before we wreck ourselves. I know I've said it a couple of times throughout this reading, but really that's what this week's about. It's really about not letting anyone else's negativity bother you. If given negativity, putting out only positivity to help change the universe around you, to help change your little universe. And then really just sitting in your self-control and really sitting in, I can do what I need to do. I have the power to do it. Knowing that there are people nearby that can help. And that I have the power to control myself to make things better. So basically, that is the reading for this week. It is utterly fantastic. I feel really invigorated, after pulling these cards, because I do a personal reading for myself as well. So I have my own personal reading, and then I do a reading for everybody, and that does include me as well. But pulling this, I feel really good after pulling these cards for us at Indigo Spirit today. So really be watching yourself, watching your negativity, watching your positivity, making sure you're sitting in as much of it as possible, and just checking yourself. I mean, we're not perfect. We're all going to have little moments this week. But it's about checking yourself, and it's okay to say you're sorry, even if it's something mild, it's okay. It just shows that you are checking yourself, and other people can see that, and that, again, it helps change your little universe. You'd be surprised what it can do for you. So I hope that everyone has an amazing week full of lots of love, lots of positivity. Remember, just go with love and positivity this week. That is literally what this week is about. It's about nothing else. It's about you and checking yourself and how you respond to everything and how you sit in your power. So if you want to have the best power that you can have this week and get the most things done this week that you want to get done, maybe even make some really heavy decisions that you need to make, do it. Just check yourself. Make sure you're in a really good, positive mindset before doing it, and make sure you put everyone else in a good mindset, because that is really, really what helps everyone, including yourself. You'd be very surprised. Again, I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Be safe. Mwah. Indigo blessings.